Hello everyone. Welcome to Simsad Aesthetics. I am a professional esthetician and cosmetologist. Welcome to your body's largest organ system. You're wearing it right now. You touch it every single second. You see it in the mirror every morning. But how much do you really know about it? I'm talking about your integumentary system. The skin, hair, nails, and glands that cover and protect your entire body. It's the system that makes you, well, you. I am going to explore every single part of this incredible system. From the microscopic layers of your skin to the hair on your head and the nails on your fingers. By the end, you'll never look at your skin the same way again. Let's dive in. Section 1. What is the integumentary system? The integumentary system is the physical barrier between your internal organs and the outside world. The word integument comes from Latin integumentum, which means a covering or enclosure. But don't let the word covering fool you. This isn't just a simple wrapper. It's a complex, living, dynamic system that does way more than just cover you up. Here's what makes up this system. First, your skin. Then your hair. Your nails. And your glands, sweat glands, oil glands, and even your mammary glands. Combined, this system weighs about 8 to 10 pounds in an average adult. That's the weight of a bowling ball. And it covers an area of about 22 square feet, roughly the size of a standard bed sheet. It's the largest organ system in your body. Period. Section 2. The skin layers. Now, let's break down the 3 layers of your skin. And yes, each layer has its own job, its own structure, and its own importance. First, the epidermis. This is the outermost layer. The one you see in the mirror. And it's way thinner than you think, only about as thick as a sheet of paper. The epidermis is made up of multiple sublayers, but the 2 most important cells are keratinocytes. These produce a protein called keratin. Keratin is what makes your skin tough, waterproof, and resistant to damage. It's the same protein that makes up your hair and nails. And melanocytes. These produce melanin, the pigment that gives your skin its color. And here's a fun fact. Everyone has roughly the same number of melanocytes. The difference in skin color comes from how much melanin those cells actually produce. Now, here's the fascinating part about the epidermis. It completely renews itself every 27 to 30 days. That means you're constantly shedding dead skin cells and growing new ones. Second, the dermis. This is the middle layer. The workhorse layer. The thickest layer. The dermis contains Number 1. Collagen fibers. These give your skin its strength and firmness. Number 2. Elastin fibers. These give your skin its flexibility and bounce. Number 3. Blood vessels. These feed the skin and regulate temperature. Number 4. Nerve endings. These give you the sense of touch. Number 5. Hair follicles, where hair grows from, and glands, sweat and oil glands. The dermis is also where your tattoos go. The ink is deposited into the dermis, which is why tattoos are permanent. The dermis doesn't shed like the epidermis does. Third, the hypodermis. This is the deepest layer, also called the subcutaneous layer. It's made mostly of fat and connective tissue. The hypodermis insulates your body, cushions your internal organs, stores energy, anchors your skin to underlying muscle and bone, so when you touch your skin, you're really touching 3 layers all working together as one. Section 3. Accessory structures. Now, your skin isn't alone. It has 3 accessory structures that work alongside it: hair, nails, and glands. Let's start with hair. Hair is found almost everywhere on your body. Each hair has 2 parts. The shaft, the part you see above the skin. The root, the part below the skin, anchored in a hair follicle. The follicle is a tube-like structure that surrounds the root. And at the base of each follicle is a bulb, a cluster of cells that produce new hair cells. Hair grows about ½ an inch per month. But different areas grow at different rates. Your scalp hair grows fastest, followed by facial hair, and then body hair. And every hair goes through 3 growth phases: anagen, the active growth phase 2 to 7 years for scalp hair; catagen, the transitional phase 2 to 3 weeks; telogen, the resting phase 3 months. After telogen, the hair falls out, and a new one begins growing. On average, you lose 50 to 100 hairs per day. That's normal. It's when you lose more than that, or they don't regrow, that you start seeing thinning. Next, nails. Your nails are made of keratin, the same tough protein as your skin and hair. But nail keratin is harder and more compact. The visible part of your nail is called the nail plate. The skin underneath is the nail bed. And the white, crescent-shaped area at the base is the lunula, a visible part of the nail matrix where new nail cells are produced. Fingernails grow about 0.1 millimeters per day. Toenails grow slower, about 0.05 millimeters per day. That means it takes about 4 to 6 months for a fingernail to fully regrow, and about 12 to 18 months for a toenail. Finally, glands. Your skin has 4 types of glands: sweat glands, eccrine and apocrine. Eccrine glands are everywhere and produce the watery sweat that cools you down. Apocrine glands are found in hairy areas like armpits and groin, and they produce the thicker, odor-causing sweat. Sebaceous glands. These produce oil, sebum, that lubricates your skin and hair, keeping them soft and waterproof. Ceruminous glands. These produce earwax, which protects and lubricates your ear canal. Mammary glands. These produce milk in females and are actually modified sweat glands. All of these structures work together with your skin to create the complete integumentary system. Section 4. Functions of the integumentary system. Alright, now let's talk about what this system actually does. It's not just sitting there looking pretty. It's performing 5 critical functions every single second. This is the primary function. Your integumentary system is your first line of defense. Physical protection. Your skin acts as a barrier against physical trauma, preventing injury to underlying tissues. Chemical protection. Your skin produces secretions that kill bacteria. Sebum has antibacterial properties. The slightly acidic pH of your skin also inhibits bacterial growth. Biological protection. Your skin contains immune cells that detect and destroy invading pathogens before they enter your body. Langerhans cells in the epidermis act as watchdogs, alerting the immune system to threats. Plus, the melanin in your skin protects you against harmful UV radiation from the sun. Second, temperature regulation. Your skin is your body's thermostat. When you're hot, blood vessels in your skin dilate, bringing more blood to the surface to release heat. Your sweat glands produce sweat, which evaporates and cools you down. When you're cold, blood vessels constrict, reducing heat loss. Small muscles attached to hair follicles contract. That's what causes goosebumps, trying to trap a layer of warm air. This entire process is called thermoregulation, and it's essential for maintaining your core body temperature at around 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit. Third, sensation. Your skin is packed with nerve endings that allow you to feel touch, pressure, pain, temperature, vibration. Different receptors detect different stimuli. Meissner's corpuscles detect light touch. Pacinian corpuscles detect deep pressure and vibration. And pain receptors signal tissue damage. This sensory function protects you from harm. You pull your hand away from a hot stove before you even consciously register the pain. Fourth, synthesis. Your skin produces things your body needs. Vitamin D synthesis. When your skin is exposed to UV light, it synthesizes vitamin D. Vitamin D is essential for calcium absorption and bone health. That's why moderate sun exposure is important. Your skin also produces growth factors and signaling molecules that regulate cell growth and wound healing. Fifth, excretion. Your skin eliminates waste products through sweat. These include water, salt, urea, uric acid, lactic acid. While your kidneys do most of the heavy lifting in excretion, your skin plays a supporting role. So there you have it. Your integumentary system is a multitasking powerhouse that protects, regulates, senses, synthesizes, and excretes, all at the same time. Your skin is a living organ. Treat it with respect, and it will serve you well for a lifetime.